Are you an adventurer looking to take your hunt to the next level? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to East Meets West Hunt with your host, Bo Martonic.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It feels like it's been forever since I've been recording one of these episodes, but I'm back from Idaho after spending 2 weeks of doing some elk and mule deer hunting there, and this will be the first of a few episodes here going through, every couple days recorded a podcast while we were at camp at night, going through kind of like a semi-live style recording of the hunt, going through the highs, the lows, successes, failures, gear breakdowns, just the camp camaraderie, a whole bunch of other stuff. And I did this type of podcast last year. I modified it a little bit to try to make it, even better, more informative to everyone. So hopefully it's a little bit entertaining for you as well. So this podcast is brought to you by onX, and onX offers the most premier mapping service available to the hunters, non-hunters like these mapping. We use them all the time, even at work, anything else to check out private, public property boundaries, and it was especially helpful on this Idaho hunt where we had to navigate around some private property at times to, stay on the public, get to some, a little bit more hard to reach places. If you want to save 20% on onX Hunt app, you can go over to onxmaps.com, use the coupon code EMW, and that'll save you 20%. Also, Maven Optics. So Maven, I use their new S2 spotter along with my old trusty B2 9x45 binoculars a ton on this trip. Glassing was the name of the game, and by using the combination of these two with the spotter only weighing 32 ounces and having the binos always on my chest, I was always running these things and either running them on the tripod or without, and really just letting my eyes do more work for me than my legs like I've done in the past. And it, as you'll hear, definitely paid off for us to work a little bit smarter, not harder at times. So Maven Optics, you go over to mavenbuilt.com, check out their optics, use the code EastMeetsWest-gift, get yourself a free gift with any full price optics order. And Heather's Choice. So Heather's Choice is one of the most healthy meal options available out there to the backcountry hunter, adventure, traveler, whatever you are, wherever you're going. The little Packaroon snacks, had them in my pack every day along with some of the other guys. And also the meals, breakfast, dinners, everything else to be able to really, provide your body with, high quality nutrition over a long period of time so you don't break down and crash and recover as needed. So if you head over to heatherschoice.com, use the coupon code EastMeetsWest, get yourself free shipping on any orders over $99. And if your order doesn't hit $99, still please go through the link on our website under the partners page. It really helps us out a ton. Corey Jacobson and Elk 101 have put together the University of Elk Hunting. So I've been doing the course now for 4 years, and it has taught me so much, in addition with the podcasts and everything else that are out there. This course has everything in one place to learn elk hunting, whether you're brand new to it or you've been doing it for 10 years and just want to learn some more. It's a really great thing to help from the planning phase all the way to packing the meat out. If you want to use the code East Meets West at checkout, you will save yourself 20% on the online course. So head over to elk101.com to check that out. All right, so we'll go right into these daily updates here. And this is the introduction one. And in night one, recorded this episode and definitely lead you into some really exciting things coming out here. All right, welcome back to another episode of the East Meets West Hunt podcast. This episode and I guess the few that are going to be coming after this are kind of special ones, as we're sitting in a valley in the middle of nowhere in Idaho to record this for some daily updates. So we just finished up day one, and I'm sitting here with the guys to just give a brief update of kind of what happened with the day. So let's go around the table and introduce yourselves. Mason, do you want to give a start?
Yeah, I'm Bo's cousin Mason. Talked me into going on this hunt. Really glad he did. Got here last night about 2 a.m. and didn't really know what we were getting into, and woke up in the most pristine elk country I've ever seen. It is it's actually stunning to look at. Haven't seen an elk yet, but we've heard some bugles tonight. And excited to get this week rolling.
Yeah. All right, Michael.
My name's Michael, one of Bo's buddies here. Kind of had a game plan here to hunt a mule deer in Colorado, and that fell through, not drawing tags. So we're scrambling, trying to figure a backup plan. And Bo's like, hey, Mason, Michael, why don't you guys come hunt Idaho with me? I don't really have a plan yet. So Mason and I decided to come on out with Bo and see what makes him tick here with these elk. We drove in here late, like Mason said. Didn't get to see a whole lot. Knew it looked pretty steep from the car. Woke up this morning in first light, and there's some pretty epic basins that we're going to be able to get to hunt. I hope this rut kicks off, because we'll have some awesome area. Not a lot of people, and a couple of guys that are here we know, or have met. So it looks like it's going to be good. Yeah,
it was a long drive in last night, as you guys kind of both alluded to, and I'm sure you can tell, and all of our voices were pretty tired. We drove well over 30 hours in last night, and got up still relatively early. I mean, we kind of messed around at camp, got things situated, acclimated a little bit, and also woke up to our fourth guy on here.
I'm Justin Mueller. I actually am just meeting these three guys for the first time earlier today, Basically, Bo and I have been talking about this trip for, I don't know, probably the last 2 months or so, you think?
Yeah.
And I'm a photographer and videographer, and Bo thought it'd be pretty cool to capture this hunt on film. So I'm out here with these guys and seeing what we can make happen. We got plenty of time. Like these guys already said, the country's beautiful. We got good company, good hunters, and see what we can make happen out of it.
Yeah. So that's a good just kind of introduction to everyone. So first day, like I said, the beginning of the day, hung out at camp, kind of, got to know each other here, got to know Justin. So since Michael and Mason, we all grew up together, and this isn't our first rodeo together. And so we hung out at camp, got everything organized, figured out what we didn't have organized, and basically just went up for the afternoon to take a little hike up over the hill. And kind of what our plan was to take it easy. I mean, we took it kind of easy, but it was still, I don't know if there's really any easy hikes around here.
It's steep.
Yeah, very steep. Yeah, so it was, we climbed up, and it was funny. Michael split off to one side, and Michael, do you want to just kind of get into what you saw when you split away from us?
Yeah, so I split away from these guys and said Bo had about a 3.5 mile hike in that he was looking to get to. And I just decided I was going to do a little bit of a shorter route, take it easy, not wanting to push myself too hard right away this year as I did last. And about 6.5 miles later, I found myself sitting on the top of a pretty cool spot to see a lot of country and glass. So a lot of mule deer sign, a lot of beds. Already looks like they're rubbing trees up here for one reason or another, even if it's just for the velvet. If that's the case, there's a lot of them rubbed up. A lot of fresh sign. Not a lot of elk sign on this hill, but these guys, I guess, had a little bit more of that, and got to see a lot of cows through the spotter, and that's about it on my end.
When you say cows, you mean moo cows?
Yeah, moo cows. Yeah,
cows we're looking for.
Not cow elk.
Yeah, I thought I saw nice black bears on a pretty precarious spot up on the top of this mountain. I was like, holy crap, that's a black bear. So I hiked my butt off to go get a better look. Even with the spotter, I couldn't tell. It was a good ways out. And it was cow, so I wasted some time.
Yeah.
Added to the trip.
Yeah, when we hiked up one ditch to head up over and got up to this vantage point there, and we're like, oh, we'll glass, and there was some timber that was kind of broken up a little bit and see if there's anything bedded in it, and just another reason for us to not kind of push it too hard, kind of like you said, Michael, on day one, and we're sitting there, and all of a sudden I got distracted by the basin all the way across the road where Mason told me I need to start focusing on what we can actually hunt, and I was like, look, there's a black bear over there, and he says it's a cow. I still think it's a black bear.
Probably a cow.
It's probably, from the hundreds of cows we saw, it's probably a cow. But then a random black bear walking across a wide open hillside around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know. What do you think?
If we remembered one tripod, we would have known.
Yeah, part of the organization thing. We like, oh, well, we'll have one tripod, throughout the group. Well, we split off a little bit different than we thought, and we didn't have tripods. So I'm sitting there with my new little Maven spotter with it trying to rest on my knee and hold it up to my eye. That just isn't the right combination for that.
Yeah, I was freehanding. I think that thing's an 80 mil spotter, which is not ideal for.
Oh, you didn't have your tripod either?
No.
So we left all the tripods back here.
I thought you guys were gonna have a
Nice.
tripod. I figured I'd hunt with you guys. I was like kind of laying down a little bit, kind of one knee up. I got in a pretty good solid spot and could see a good ways. So, but I felt I was pretty sore after laying like that for a while.
Yeah, that's funny. And then, so anyways, when Michael split off and he was messing around with some cows up in the high country, we kept walking up this other side of the basin basically, and went up this chute, got up on top, and there was nice avalanche chute coming off the backside of the mountain. So Mason posted up there to kind of watch that and watch the one valley there and just glass. And while Justin and I walked up to this next spot where there was like what looked like it would have been a pretty nice meadow online. It wasn't really anything that would attract elk, but it was still a good spot where a couple different saddles came together, and I think they traveled through there as all the rubs and the trails showed that were on the edge of it. But so we sat there and Mason, what did you see? Anything?
I glassed a couple different avalanche chutes and sat on the edge of a big meadow in the bottom of one of the avalanche chutes, and nothing came out this afternoon, but everything's a lot steeper than it looks on Google Earth.
Yeah, it's a lot of up and down, and there's a lot of in this mountain range, it's not like it's like you can run ridges long ways. Like they just go up and down, up and down. There's all these many little kickouts, and I don't even know the right terms for some of it, but there's a lot of different terrain changes. That's for sure.
Right.
It's pretty challenging from that standpoint, and makes the wind kind of even tougher to figure out than it already is.
We did get about 10 yards from a mule deer doe or a small buck walking out, whichever, and that was pretty neat to finally see something tonight.
Yeah. And then Justin and I were sitting over there just kind of hanging out and chit-chatting, listening for bugles, and probably about 15 minutes before dark, I thought I heard one, and I'm like, did you hear that? And he's like, no, I don't know. I'm like, all right, I'm hearing shit again. So a little bit longer, then sure enough, it was a bugle, and it was up probably another, 600-800 feet elevation gain above us. There's at least from what Google Earth shows, there's another meadow up there, and it's basically right up against the rock cliff walls getting up to the peak. It's about as high as you can get with any sort of timber or even openings. There's nothing else there that's as high as you can get, and he bugled probably about 3 or 4 times, so must have been bedded up there. And we kind of have a game plan in the morning. At least Justin and I are going to head up in there early as we can get.
Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning too. The last week has been kind of cool up here, and these last 2 days have been hot.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just kind of thinking that the reason we didn't see too much or hear anything till right before dark is just because it's so hot, And I think what's that?
It was definitely shorts and t-shirt weather today.
Yeah, it was. We sweated our butts off hiking up there. So I think it's kind of worth where that one was bugling tonight. Just kind of head up there and see. You never know. There might be a little water hole or a wallow up there that they're hitting. And if it's unseasonably hot, that'd be a good spot to, just kind of spend another afternoon just seeing where everything is. And you never know. Something might come in and hit that.
Yeah.
So.
No, definitely. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna head up in there and try to see if we can either beat them back to their beds as they're coming from. We think they're feeding quite a bit below, even a couple thousand feet down off the mountain, and coming up over there. So we're gonna try to get in super early, see how that works out. And then Michael, Mason, you guys have a little bit different game plan?
Yeah, probably do a little more glass and try to find something, kind of put eyes on something and just watch. This being I think 15-day hunt. Try to get a game plan of what's going on. If this rut doesn't heat up, just have a backup plan and ambush hunt instead of bugle hunt. Try to get a good idea, lay of the land, how they're moving through it, because it's unique features here. That there's no high country. It's anything that's high country is all rock and just sheer vertical. And then even the stuff up high, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of water up there like you find in some of the places I was in Colorado. So it'll be unique. It'll be fun, and try to get a good eye on what's going on here, and then hunt hard.
Yeah, it's backwards from Colorado when you have the high country. Is they're going up in those meadows up there to feed, and they'll go actually kind of down into the timber. In some of those places to bed, where here they can't go up, like where their bedding's close, sometimes even up against the cliffs from the sounds of it. And we've only been here for one day, but from talking to some other guys that have hunted here, that's kind of what it seems like. And they're feeding down at the bottoms, like even down towards the roads at night, and then going back up to bed. So yep. So a couple different game plans. We'll see what we can get into tomorrow. Do you guys have any last words tonight?
Oh yeah, we didn't touch base on. We could have tagged out on 2 muley does this morning first thing.
Yeah, give them the hard pass while we were still setting up.
Yeah, looking off the tailgate more or less through binoculars at two muleys at probably 90 yards with no effort of a stalk. I know. I strongly contemplated sending one because I'm a meat hunter, so it was tough to just watch him walk by, but that was pretty cool. I was right next to the truck. We're all standing there. That would have been a story. Yeah. It wouldn't have been good for Justin. I don't know what you would have done with video, but I'd
have figured something out. It'd have been nice having some backstraps right now around the fire, though. I'll tell you that.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and actually walking out, Justin broke his camera on day one. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know why I expected to make it all 15 days without breaking something, but it's tough when it's on day one. But I got a backup camera, so we'll be all right. Just had to change my plans a little bit.
It'll be fun though.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, I think it's getting late here. Got an early morning, so let's get to bed.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of East Meets West Hunt with your host, Bo Martonic. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit eastmeetswesthunt.com, Facebook at East Meets West Outdoors, and Instagram at East Meets West Hunt. If you enjoyed today's episode, please review and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.